I don't want a home hub. I just so can we talk about that? So like I said, it's so I got this package yesterday, and clearly I'm on a pattern of buying things that are on sale, one, two, that I want because I just was so interested. So this is the Hemlock and Oak Daily Planner. Now, when I tell you I was eyeballing this planner since last year, I was definitely eyeballing this planner since last year. The thing is, I purchased the weekly and I don't know, it wasn't the right time for me to get the weekly because I really do think her planners are gorgeous. First of all, I love the hardcover planner. I know people are obsessed with the now flexi cover planner that she has come out with, and they are ordering them through a pre-order, but I wanted the hardcover. As you all know, I love books, and I just think that this is honestly so beautiful. Like, can we just take a look at the beauty? And she's having a 40% off sale. Not sponsored, by the way, not an ambassador or anything like that. But I just, when there's a sale going on and it's a good one, I'm just going to tell you. So it was 40% off, and it came with like this free charm right here. I also purchased this band. It did not come with the band, but I don't mind that. And it came with a pocket, and the pocket is quite sturdy, which I love. And I also got a weekly task checklist. It's a sticky note, but I just love that. And then the tracker here. So if I wanted to track, what's going on weekly, I can do that. And the reason being is because I wanted to see if this daily is going to work for me. So as you can see, the cover's like the mighty oak was once an acorn that stood its ground. Like, this is something that she always has in her planners. This is the 2024 like overall year. So we can put like appointments or anything important that you want here. And then there is the holidays. We have the Canadian holidays and the US holidays, which I love. And then we have anything important that you want to put here, but I really wouldn't put it right in the front. So each month comes with the calendar in the front, and then there is a day per page. Now, I want you to hear how thick this paper sounds. And not only that, this paper is very, very smooth. And I love that it has like a little health reminder here. You have your schedule, you have your things to do today. And this is what I said that I wanted, because I don't necessarily always need a weekly overview, but if I wanted to have a weekly overview of what is happening during the week, just to quickly review, I can put that in. And this is so thin, the paper is thin, that it'll just fit right here, and I can move it along wherever I want to. So right now I have it on the current month, which is June, and I have a couple of things in the calendar. And then currently I am on the 13th. And the thing is, I don't want this like a journal. I really just wanted to review my schedule. And I also want it to where I can check off tasks throughout the day that I need to do. And then whenever I finish or complete the task, basically, what I'm going to do is just put a line right through it. So it's very simple. Now, there is an Erin Condren Daily Duo Planner that I do also really like, But when it comes to coil, I have a hard time because first of all, my hands are big, and then when I write, I always like crash into the coil. So this is going to be my concern with the Laurel Denise Academic Planner because I don't feel like I can always get to the edge of the paper when it comes to coiled planners because I feel like when you have big hands or just writing in general, it gets in the way of writing. So this planner is pretty much what I said. It comes with the monthly in the beginning of the month, and then it comes with 1 day per page. There is no reflections page or area. There is no, monthly review, nothing like that, because this planner is thick. It's about 400 pages. She is a chunky, chunky girl. Like you could see the side here, but she is gorgeous, and I really do love that. And when it comes to my Hobonichi, right? Because this is where I'm at. I'm like, what do I want to do for next year? I'm going to put this in my Hobonichi. It's like, what do I want to do for next year? Because it has been so hard to like journal because of the fact that I have not had a moment to do that. It's been a crazy, hectic past couple of weeks. I've been doing a lot of things for work, prepping for some big changes in my life. In addition to that, we were updating my parents' bathroom. So when I couldn't plan or journal, I felt almost like, oh, great, here goes again. I am not able to journal. And I didn't feel like back journaling because it is a lot of work. And right now, I feel like I don't have the energy. Right now, I feel like I need to sleep maybe 3 or 4 days where I just sleep for 10 hours. And right now, it seems almost impossible to do that. But this is where I'm at. And with my weeklies, it's like pretty much the same thing. Like I'm trying to keep up here. I'm having a hard time because when I have a lot of tasks that I need to complete, when I have a lot of activities I need to do, when I have to take my mom to an appointment, when I have to complete tasks for work, when I have to do ADLs for my parents, when I have to go back and forth being a helicopter caregiver while still trying to work and be focused on what I'm doing for work, there is a lot of things happening. So for me, it's like, I love the fact of how this paper feels when it comes to journaling. My issue is, will I have the time? Because now that I am getting promoted and I will be working full-time hours, I am not sure. And I will not be able to tell until I start working in this new position. I don't want it to be where I am so overwhelmed with trying to make sure that a day per page is done. So this is where I'm at. That's why I got this, because this is just a daily planner. It's a schedule, and I can put in the week if I need to. I can track the habits if I need to. And I actually ordered the 2025 one, not realizing and not, remembering that the daily doesn't come with all the months in the front. I think had all the months been in the front, it would have been great because then I can pinpoint, let me look at last month. Let me look at 2 months ahead of time. It's like I have to look through the book to find the month. And she's out of the monthly tab, so I can't even put them in the book until she, makes them available again. So that is my only dilemma. Other than that, the book is absolutely gorgeous. The paper is very, very smooth, like super smooth. There's like no gray. It kind of reminds me, of the plum paper, I would say paper, but it's very smooth. It doesn't have any type of slight grit or anything. So that is one thing I am noticing. The Laurel Denise planner is like my basic, I guess, home hub planner. I get to see everything in the monthly, and I'm gonna have to put her down. First of all, the difference between the A5 and the Laurel Denise planner obviously is very different. But this planner is definitely a big girl. So as you can see, there is a monthly spread. I could just see everything all at once. I'm color coding what needs to happen during the month. So anything for myself or my job is going to be in pink. Anything for my mother is going to be in this nice little purple color. My son is in blue. And then my dad is in that nice green color. But what I love is that I can see the entire month. I could see everything all at a glance. And then if I need to list anything, I'm going to list it. And that's pretty much it. I don't have to worry about, oh, let me flip over to the month, let me flip over to the week. I can literally flip through my weeks while simultaneously looking at the month. So that is something very, very interesting. And the way I set this up is that I want to kind of have my tracking here for the things I need. And then I want to have all the important events going on or appointments for my mom, my dad, my son, and then myself and my husband, which is personal. So that's my thought process behind this. I'm not tracking expenses. I am not tracking anything else other than what is happening between life, work, and caregiving. And the thing is, there's a lot of planners that speak to different roles and purposes. And one thing is that as a caregiver, it's like you at times will need very specific types of information. And I have not seen a single planner that I know of anyway that is for someone who is a caregiver or specifically taking care of someone in the capacity that we do, because it's like very different from taking care of children. And I know people compare it to that, but it really is not. It really is not so different. So that's the only thing. But I think this gives me a good view of what is happening in the month. I can see when I have to do something for work, when I have to bring something for work, when I have to go to an appointment for my parents, and then when I need to do something. I just love when you have any like bedding and theme. I just love that. I love having a bunny because my mom is obsessed with bunnies. So I just like having a bunny now in my bedsheet because she just loves that. And I want to make her happy. So if she comes in here, she usually picks it up. It's like a comfort thing for her. But this is the vibe I'm in. This is the vibe. So can we talk about this book stack? This is like I'm getting ready for fall book stack. Now I know The Apprentice to the Villain is coming out, and I already read Assistant to the Villain. Love that book. But these are some of the books I'm going to be reading when it comes to the fall. Because you already know once summer's over, Halloween is coming up, and we're going to start seeing Halloween things in August. I bet you. Let's talk about this book. First of all, I really appreciated the 1950s nostalgia, the viewpoints of what men and women had in that era, in combination with how indigenous people and the culture was viewed of Mexican people. I just love that this author brought the indigenous aspect of people and their beliefs. I just love that. So basically, the main character, okay, is going to rescue her cousin because her cousin is married to some shady older Englishman. And this family has money. So her father sent her to go find out what exactly happened with the cousin because the cousin sent off this weird letter right in the beginning, and it was very weird, and it almost sounded like her cousin wanted to escape the marriage. So you're already like, what's going on? What's happening? And you think this is about like a horrible, scary, ghost filled house or family. And it goes so beyond that. It incorporates like so many aspects of what has happened to indigenous people, what has happened to people who have power and want to stay in power. And it shows what happens when there's greed and money and just so much, right? And it's a thriller because right away you're like, wait a minute. So the house is not haunted, but there are things happening that make your skin crawl. And I remember getting to chapter 20 and being like, what? What happened? The dreams that this character was having? And then the end, I was floored. The only good person in this family, besides the cousin who got married to the older Englishman, is his cousin who falls for the main character. And this book, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. My husband got it for me, and I love the cover. It's in my like bookshelf because I just love the cover, but even still, like, you know, I just love that. And then I always like love to keep it because I feel like I want to do a reread eventually. This was definitely worth it for me. So, so good. But pretty much my desk is right where it needs to be. I feel so bad because ever since I got this new filming device, I really haven't messed around with my camera. But these cameras, let me tell you, they're still an investment. It's always good to have them because you could do so much with pictures and photos. So they're good to have. Like my little, little skincare area. And then I have like my computer. I'm watching a video. I always have water. And then right here is my bookshelf. And I love my bookshelf because it has like all the books. I'm about to put Mexican Gothic back. I'm just going to wipe her up. But anyway, so this is my bookshelf here, and I love it. I love that my husband got me this because yeah, I'm loving it. So this is pretty much my planning space. Like I don't think people realize how large my husband built my desk, but he made it super large because he purchased an extra long piece of butcher block and put it on top of these IKEA drawers. I love the color of the drawers because they're not like white. They're just something that goes with the room. So I'm just going to show you right now. This is the Hemlock and Oak Daily Planner. Okay. And this is the Laurel Denise Planner. She is a big planner. And when you open her up, you do need space. Now, I'm not saying I don't have the space. I clearly do. My problem is like, I wanted to work within this co-working space that I have going on here. So that's what I'm talking about. Some people don't like that. Some people don't like having really big planners or really long planners. But as you can see, I'm setting it up because I want to see how she works in combination with this one here. And then this is like still like my archive planner. So this is still like holding it down. But I want to see how this works for me right now with my new position and everything else starting soon. So yeah, and I ended up getting like a new monitor stand. So like I said, it really depends on what you're looking for in terms of functionality, space, time in your life. But yeah, I thought I would show you, and I hope that really helps. Yeah, so I cleaned up. This has been a crazy couple of weeks. So busy, so filled with so many things, and I'm trying to get back into the routine of I want to read my book. I just got Leather and Lark, and I still have not read that because I read Butcher and Blackbird. Loved that book. So I know I'm going to finish Leather and Lark in like a couple of days, but I haven't started reading yet because I'm just so like, I'm now finally getting into the groove of not being exhausted. So in the midst of like buying these new planners and trying to see what works, to see what I'm going to do with 2025, I really just kind of, want to go with the flow. I'm going to use a system that works for me, that works for the moment I'm in, and that's what it's going to be. I'm not going to feel guilty about it because, we're all in different journeys or parts of our lives. And sometimes I feel like people feel guilty for changing their planners or changing their systems. Do what works for you. So I really appreciate you all watching. I hope to see you all in the next video. And until next time, bye.